Wait, cheers.
Cheers.
Živjeli.
Živjeli.
Yeah.
Close enough, I'm sure.
Hey!
Hey, everybody.
Welcome to Tesla's Late Night Shul Show. I don't know. I never pronounce it well, right? So,
I love it already,
welcome anyways.
Yeah.
I have a super surprise, and that's Second Chance Hiker. Everybody knows about Second Chance Hiker, and he's in my studio. The studio is huge. It's so well made, and he's so happy to be here, right?
Yeah, your studio's amazing. And maybe a few people have heard of me. Maybe if you were interested in long distance hiking, maybe you've run across me before.
Yeah, they definitely did, and I know that people who are following my social media, they know who you are. So, and this is Little Croatia. Hikers like society is not so huge, so and they know about you. So
okay, well that's good to know.
And I heard about you before you came to Croatia. You know, my friends were hiking on the PCT, and they were talking about you, like, oh, have you heard about Second Chance Hiker? And I was like, no, I'm going to Grand Canyon. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? And then I get it back home, and I'm like I need to check this guy out. Yeah, and I knew about you, but I never could have dreamed that you will come to Croatia and in my apartment, in my studio, and you know that we'll have this talk.
Yeah, I never would have dreamed I'd be here too. And
Great.
yeah, especially I think you're a famous hiker now too. Your documentary's still amazing. Again,
Thank you. So, who is Second Chance Hiker? Few words.
Yeah, so my name's Cory, and I just totally got super depressed. A doctor told me you were like almost 200 kilograms, 400 pounds, right around that range. And he pretty much told me, he's like, your lifestyle you're living, you're going to die. You're going to have a heart attack in your 30s, and you're going to drop dead. And he's like, if you're happy with your life, yeah, that's fine. He's like, go. He didn't pressure me or anything like that. But he did ask me, are you happy with your life? And I kind of thought about it. I have no woman. I live alone. And I'm like, no. I didn't tell it to his face, but his question always set in my mind like, no, I am miserable in my life. This is the way I want to go. So I was like, no, I have to do something. I have to change my life completely. And that's when I started thinking, I think he actually mentioned swimming or hiking or something. And I kind of maybe took hiking to the extreme because I just want to go hiking forever. And that's what I did. I just took off hiking, and I think I stayed on the Pacific Crest Trail for like 8 months, as long as I could. And yeah.
And why Second Chance?
Because second chance, I think we all want a second chance. We've all made mistakes. We all wish we had a time machine we could go back and redo things and make our life different. And I was like, how in the world did I gain so much weight? I used to be a skinny guy. I used to be very active, running, everything. And how did I let myself gain all this weight? And how did this happen?
How much did you have like weight in your 20s?
20s? It just slowly just started climbing up.
Yeah, but when you had like 20 years.
Okay, so I was like 20, maybe 170 pounds, 180 pounds. So that's like maybe 90 kilograms. I always just divide it in half, and I'm assuming kilograms is about 90,
I will do
100.
it in post-production.
Yeah, there we go. So I was much, small. I mean, I still could like, I felt like a skinny guy anyways, at least.
And you gained how much?
So almost, I was 400 pounds, so I definitely hit the 400 pound mark over and over again. Then I would just fluctuate around 400 pounds, which, around 200 kilograms.
Yeah. So you decided to change your life?
Yeah,
So your decisions were pretty radical for, common folks. Did it work?
Yeah, I mean, I've completely altered it. I'm actually sitting here in Croatia. I've never had a visa, passport, or anything before, and here I am sitting in Croatia talking to you. So obviously I did something in my life.
I mean, you never heard about Croatia before.
Yeah, I know, until this year. It's never on my radar. I didn't even know anything.
What would you
about
think if somebody tell you, like, do you know what Croatia is? What would you think? Like, a food or what?
Yeah, it almost sounds like maybe a Croatian crab or something. Maybe a crab walking on the sea. I'm kind of thinking it's something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you asked me 2 years ago, would I be in Croatia sitting here? No, I'd never do it. So yeah, I did have it. I had one lifestyle I thought was going to make me happy, the American dream. You're supposed to have a beautiful home. You're supposed to, this was the American dream, have a home, have a car, and then...
You had a home.
Yes, I had a home. I made sure it's like, okay, this is my dream home.
But it was beautiful home. It was not like some shithole, right?
No, yeah, it
was with a pool,
pool, lots of land. I had no neighbors, and
neighbors.
Oh
my God, that's my dream come true.
There was a forest around me. I had a little canal thing, so I thought this was...
And where was that?
This was in Florida. So I thought this was my dream home, and I thought this will make me happy. Owning this material stuff will make me happy. And it's like, okay, well, I worked so hard to get this. I've gained so much weight. I've given up so much of my life to have this, the American dream of owning this.
So you sold the house.
So I was like, there's no way, like, this isn't making me happy. It's like, I'm just working over and over again and just putting it into this house. But you have nothing. A house, money doesn't make you happy. And this is like, I kind of realized this. It doesn't make you happy because imagine if you were the last man on earth or something and you had billions of dollars in gold and all this stuff and you're surrounded by gold. And like, so you're obviously the richest person, but you're the last man on earth. How would you feel? Wouldn't you feel very lonely?
Yeah, definitely.
You would probably trade all that gold you had.
Yeah, for some company.
Yes, you would trade every cent you had for company.
Yeah.
So my mindset was that right there, that, hey, I may only have a few years left on the earth, and what's the point of having all of this? It was pointless. So let me
So you're basically happy with your decisions that you made?
Yeah, I mean, obviously... I don't make perfect. I'm human. I'm flawed.
What would you do differently if you can go back?
If I could go back.
I mean, back at the point that you decided to go hiking. And then from that point on, what would you do differently?
I don't think anything. Because even the bad decisions, I grew from them. So without those bad decisions... I wouldn't have learned anything.
Yeah.
So there's nothing I could go back and undo.
That's a good.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Again, of course, we would want time machine and we could go like the knowledge we have now. But I needed those bad decisions to do it. And again, we all make bad decisions. I mean, you're human.
I don't, but
of course,
I understand other human beings. I'm joking. So, but you had like another idea when you went hiking on Pacific Crest Trail. You were like, ladies.
Yeah, okay, so I don't talk about this in the YouTube channel. I think everybody hinted at it. But again, you can tell I'm always talking about being alone, that I was alone for so long. I just wanted companionship. I wanted to feel loved and all that stuff. So it's like I'm hiking to lose weight, to find like a soulmate to live the rest of my life with.
Great. So did you found somebody?
Yeah, 100%. I found a German, and I've learned a lot about Germans. I never met a German in my life before. And I met somebody on the trail, and I mean, it was incredible. We did so many adventures together. It was awesome. I mean, we flew to Costa Rica. We hiked the Grand Canyon. We didn't just hike the Pacific Crest Trail for 6 months.
You've been to Grand Canyon?
Yes, hiked the Grand Canyon.
I'm not only one that hiked there. Shit. I was so special before you showed up. And now you've been to Grand Canyon? Shit.
Yeah. So, I definitely found somebody, and I think that was really, really special. I needed that in my life, though. I needed somebody to say, hey, I love you. and I get to love somebody back.
Of course.
And imagine being such a big guy. And when I got on the trail, I could only hike like maybe 6 kilometers a day. It took me 6 days to hike 32 kilometers, which is 20 miles. 6 days to do it. So I was completely out of shape. And it took me 4 months of changing my life to find a really beautiful woman. So I think that's kind of incredible. If I sat at home and did that and kept that house, I don't think I would have found anybody.
Yeah.
There was no way. I didn't live close to the giant cities. And then what was I going to say? Is like, I'm a really big guy with a big house, so come love me.
I 100% sure that you have like a little army of women that like, you know, send you messages. I mean, you're a second chest hiker, right? Like some random guy.
Yeah.
You know, and they're like sending messages and stuff, you know, hey Cory.
Yeah, let's be honest. Like, if I was honest here or something, older women are bolder. So I get a lot of messages from older women. What's crazy about this, though, is I couldn't get a girlfriend for year after year after year after year. And then when I got on the Pacific Crest Trail, by the way, everybody knew me. So I felt like 1,000 people knew who I was. So it actually felt like I was in a movie where I had no friends, no girlfriend or anything. And then I started hiking, and then all of a sudden everybody knew me. Everybody asked for my picture. Hundreds and hundreds of people just stopped me and said, hey, can I have your picture? And that was insane. It doesn't feel real. It feels like something like you wouldn't believe it's a stupid Hollywood movie, but it happened.
But I want to address one issue.
Go ahead.
So, you're a bigger guy hiking. You always make videos that like address certain problems on the trail.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't have water, or it's hot, or it's, you know, so people get the idea that look, you're like lost a little bit. And then what do people do? They want to like save you, right?
Yeah, so definitely have that problem too. They see the video, they say, okay, it's a problem, I'm going to go out and save him.
So how do you feel about that?
Honestly, it actually makes me kind of feel like I'm telling you a problem that's going on in my day, and that's I'm going to solve it and fix it on my own. I'm a grown up and I'm an adult and everything, and I'm sharing the problem with everybody. But then when somebody comes and shows up without asking, that it kind of belittles me. It makes me feel kind of dumb, stupid. Like, okay, so you don't value me as a grown-up. You kind of think I'm a child and a baby. And it kind of makes me think that you have no respect for me to show up and say, hey, I'm here to save you now. You ran out of water, so this is what you're going to do. You're going to carry more water the next day. Like, obviously, we got that. And if you ever did long distance hiking or something like that, I've seen lots of hikers that, you know, you carry the bare minimum of water because you want to keep your pack light and you want to make it to the next source, and you kind of always underestimate things, or you run out of food or something. It's pretty common, especially when you're out in the mountains. A lot of things happen. You don't make the miles you want to.
Yeah, but let's make a message to those people. Don't stalk this guy. When you were hiking Croatian long distance trail, I sent you a message. You replied, so we were in contact.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know, people started to send me messages like, "Oh, I see that guy is thirsty," you know, because of that video that you made. Like,
okay, everybody, I may have screwed up a little. I am very, very thirsty. I just peed into here.
You were thirsty, and you were thirsty. But
yeah, that was a rough day, honestly.
Yeah, you figured it out, right? And, you know, people are sending messages like, he's thirsty, you know, and the bad weather is coming, you know, give me his number, I'll go hike with him, you know, I will rescue him, you know. And I'm like, oh my God. So, of course, I didn't give the number. I just ignored those messages. I don't like when people are underestimate others, and they think like they know everything. So I was like, nope.
Yeah.
No, I just built a wall, and no message.
I appreciate
no
that.
number, no human with those kind of intentions got to you. So.
Yeah, and it's not like if you want to send me a message and say, hey, I would love to hike with you or something like that, I totally get it and stuff like that. And you never know what's going to happen and stuff. You can always send the message and ask. It's just that's the polite thing to do. And showing up on the trail and just kind of invading the space and saying like I'm here to save you and stuff.
Yeah, that's not fun.
That's the issue. That's different. It's if you're just messaging saying, "Hey, I would love to hike with you," or something.
That's okay,
then that's,
right?
Yeah, that's 100%. That's fine and stuff. That gives me an option, and like we have mutual respect for each other.
Yeah. Respect is the main issue here. So, Croatia.
Yes.
You came here like by accident, and you figure out on gut hooks like, ooh, long distance trail. That's the thing for me. And then it was November, and it was super cold, but it was super beautiful and super sunny at the times. So you experienced a few weeks, right?
Yeah.
Of a trail.
Some really beautiful things.
What are your impressions about Croatian long distance trail?
Incredibly beautiful. My favorite thing too was just hiking on the coast and seeing that sea, the Adriatic Sea, and the sunsets. And then I get to go to bed with this view. It's just too romantic. All right, love everybody. Bye. It had so much romantic beauty to it, and I got to see that every single night. And it was incredible. And I was like, this is like kind of the meaning of life. This is why I'm hiking, for this right here. And nobody was out there really on the trail when I was. Just a handful of section hikers that were just doing weekend warrior kind of stuff. So I kind of had the trail all to myself, and nobody else got to see this view from way up there.
So you didn't do the whole thing because of the weather, of course, but would you like it? To do it?
I really want to come back and hike the Croatian trail. I definitely don't want to maybe hike it alone, though.
We recorded that.
Yes.
If you don't do it, I will post this and I will say, second chance hiker has to come here. Yeah.
It's on top of my list of hikes to I want to hike the complete thing. But to me, Croatia has beautiful waterfalls. It has the mountains and everything. It has the small villages, has amazing food. The people are amazing.
So what's your favorite food here in Croatia? I mean, what you have tried, right?
Let's just go with the meat in general. So you offered me, we tried brains and stomach, like really, let's go with traditional food. I think we have some of that stuff in the United States too and stuff like that. And
but you didn't answer.
Oh, what's the answer? What's my favorite food?
Yeah. You only can pick one.
One.
Oh, yeah.
If I could eat it again.
Yeah. Now you have a choice. You must eat this food for 1 month. Which one?
Oh, man. You made a stew that was really good, too.
Oh, homemade stew?
Oh, no. Your father. What was the... with the
Sarma.
meat? Salmon.
Saruman, right?
There will be no door for men.
So it has cabbage and meat. So it's meat with like cabbage rolled up, like a sausage meat inside.
Sarma, yeah.
That was my favorite. You told me.
Oh my God,
my
my father, he made it. He will be so proud, man.
Yeah. That is by far, I believe, in Croatia that I would love
and
to eat that for a month.
We went for restaurants, and he chose the food that my father cooked. Yeah.
Over the restaurant.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He messaged me earlier. He said hello and safe travels.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, your father was super kind. Very, very kind.
Yeah, he's a kind guy. So, next question. Obviously, you plan to go back to Croatia to hike CLDT or else. And I'm joking, man. But what are your other plans for future? Some other hikes? Do you have some ideas where to hike?
Yeah, I got a tiny taste of the Florida Trail already, and I put an intro video of me doing it, and it's crazy, like hiking through swamps, and like you're waist deep in water. There's alligators there, but not worried about alligators too much.
Really? Why?
I mean, as a kid, I used to swim, I swam with alligators before. I don't know how I'm not eaten, by the way, but I chased alligators. There was an alligator always in my backyard. I chased them and stuff. I'm used to alligators. I'm not scared. But in Florida, the alligators don't eat in the wintertime. It's a little bit too cold. But the water still feels really nice. It's refreshing.
Oh, they're like in hibernation, right?
Yeah. So they're
Oh.
kind of like, they want to bask in the sun and just be super lazy in the winter. They're not really looking for food. They're
I
cold-blooded.
didn't know that.
So it's really rare for them to. I think you'd have to jump on top of one in the winter and start wrestling it for it to want to attack you or something. So you're pretty safe. So I thought about hiking the Florida Trail. I thought about going out
Now
west.
in the winter times,
Yeah,
right?
the winter sounds perfect. And no offense, Croatia's really cold right now. I heard snow's coming too.
Yeah, winter is coming. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so Florida, and then
Yeah.
maybe
Get married and hike the Croatian long distance trail there.
you will get married,
No. We can all dream on certain things.
but
so, too.
you would like to do that.
Yeah, so that's a goal of my life, to get married and then share my adventures with somebody.
Some
and-
special person.
yes,
right?
absolutely. Share it and just go
So
explore the world.
how do you like Croatian women?
I haven't actually really met. At one of the shelters in the mountains, there was 4 people and there was 1 woman, and we actually spent 7 hours talking. And I think that was the only Croatian woman I really spoke to. And her name was Sarah, I believe, and she was fantastic and amazing and stuff too. But I mean, I haven't got the impression, but yeah, you never know. Anything could happen.
Yeah. So you told me that it would be nice to retire here in Croatia.
Yeah, I could see myself retiring in Croatia 100%.
Why?
So, I mean, it to me looks a little bit like California. In California, if you've ever been there, it's really crazy expensive. And, yeah, I don't want to live in California. It's so expensive. But Croatia, it's really cheap. There's so many modern things here, too. And the people are wonderful that you have this beautiful view. I wanted to see that sunset every single night. So I would love to live on the sea and just see that sunset every night. And, of course, the romantic inside of me is like, oh, this is perfect. So yeah, I think I could live for a little bit of money like a king in Croatia. So I could see myself living in Croatia, retiring in Croatia.
That would be great.
Yeah, there we go.
I can, come to your place, sit and drink beer on the deck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you told me that you were in U.S. Army?
Army. That's not, it's a United States Marines.
Oh, Marines.
And, yeah, it's a little bit, if you call it, it's the hardest, toughest branch in the United States. And
Why? Why did you want it to be a Marine?
I just wanted to, I mean, there's a lot of different reasons I wanted to be a Marine, but I finished school early, and so on my 17th birthday, I joined. That was my parents' gift to me when I was 17, that they signed the papers and said I can go to the Marine Corps. So I joined the Marines, and I wanted to be the biggest, baddest person I could and stuff like that. I joined the infantry, I joined security forces, and they told me I was going to guard nuclear warheads and everything like that. So I had a lot of ambition. I was really in shape. I was a really skinny teenager, and I had all these dreams and stuff like that.
So when I'm watching your videos, you seem like a really nice person, not military type. You're like more like...
I look like a teddy bear now, too, though, right?
So how come that you wanted to be a Marine and now you're a completely different personality? I don't get it.
Yeah, so you don't see that at all or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, I've shot a lot of guns and stuff too. And actually, what happened in the United States Marine Corps is I actually overshot the weapons at Camp Pendleton. And all of a sudden, actually, this is where my life kind of did a huge turn too. During the training exercise, we were like 2 weeks of shooting weapons and everything. And my arm stopped working. I had a wrist drop, and then I couldn't lift my arm above my head. And the doctors were like, what's going on? This isn't normal or anything. It's like, are you in pain? I was like, no, I'm not in pain at all. And then all of a sudden, like, I couldn't raise my left arm to my side or something. So I had all these different things that started happening to me in the Marines, which, again, Marines are it is the toughest branch in the United States military. And so they push you to your core limit on everything they do. And you're talking about when we go hiking, we carry maybe like 8, 16 kilograms. These were like 50 kilogram packs and everything. So you're just climbing up mountains and everything too. So my body just kind of all of a sudden stopped working on me in the Marines. And so that's where my life took a huge change too. Is
You had to quit, right?
yeah, so they said that, hey, you're actually a liability now. If we send you to Afghanistan or Iraq to fight and your arm stops working again, then you're going to get somebody killed. So I spent almost a year in Naval Balboa Hospital. And not in the hospital, but just going to physical therapy and everything and talking to neurologists and stuff. And they turned out I actually have a rare nerve disease after DNA testing. They were trying to figure out everything because they said nothing is happening. You should be a normal, healthy kid. What's going on here? So they turned out I have a rare condition called hereditary neuropathic depressor palsies. So if I overdo anything for too long, that I can lose movement. And at the time, I was a really skinny kid. And the funny thing the doctor told me is he told me to gain like 20, 25 kilograms. He's like, that fat will protect you and stuff like that. So of course I took that to the extreme too. And again, I've talked to doctors before. He's like, yeah, you took that way to the extreme. Let's get that a little bit more down. But the logic is sound, have a little bit of fat layer to protect you, and that shouldn't happen again. What happened to you were actually too skinny.
Oh.
So isn't that kind of crazy? At one point,
Yeah.
I was too skinny in my life, and military doctors ordered me, I need to gain weight. And yeah, everything kind of changed. But yeah, I'm hiking. I'm just trying to lose weight and get to a healthy weight where I'm not going to have a heart attack at an early age.
So,
All right.
give me 5. And bye.
All right. Bye. I love everybody. Bye.